Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and you see me in the middle of Gandhiji as well as Godse ji. And this Gandhiji, fortunately, is going to join us very soon. And before I say more about the gentleman who acted as Gandhi in the movie Gandhi versus Godse, let me have the distinct pleasure and honor of welcoming Deepak Antani ji. Deepak ji, namaste. Welcome.
Namaste.
So it's a pleasure seeing you. And today, as the day when we are recording, is the day of the passing away of Gandhiji, and I
Yeah.
think there could not be a more appropriate day to talk about Gandhi versus Godse than 30th January. So before I request you to share how you got this role, I want to briefly mention that the gentleman sitting with us is joining me from Gujarat. Deepak Antani ji is not primarily someone who starts his life for becoming an actor, if I say that, because he is an actor, director, script writer, is what we know, and of course, we know him more with the movie now. But he's an engineer. He's an entrepreneur also. If I say that, it will also be correct. And he has acted in TV serials, 20 short films, has done several stage plays and many documentaries, and someone whose name was listed in the Limca Book of Records 2020, and that was also because looking like real Bapu in Gandhiji's costume. And there's more that we'll learn about Antaniji. But first, once again, thank you very much for joining us, Deepak ji.
Nice. Thank you.
So let us look at the days when you started feeling that you resemble Gandhiji, and there must have been people around you also who noticed it. When was that?
It was in around 2004, 2005 when we were planning to participate in a competition announced by Gujarat Sangeet Natak Academy for the 125th birth anniversary of Sardar Patel. So I am a Sardar Patel lover.
Hmm.
So myself and Vijay Thakkar, we both uh, researched and came out with a script on Sardar Patel. And when the casting were on, uh, one of my colleague who was playing as Nehru, Professor Himanshu Joshi, he told me that Deepak, your mouth sticks and nose line are looking like Gandhi, so you should try Gandhi. That time I was having good hair growth on my hair, uh, so that was the first time. Almost 4 or 5 scenes were there in the full length play, and that was the first time when I played Gandhi, and then it started.
So Gandhi ji became a part of your journey in a special way, and of course we have grown referring to him as Bapu. So there is a very special bonding of Gandhi ji, and then of course there are multiple shades. So talk to me about when you were reading about Sardar Patel. There are many instances where you feel that Sardar Patel, because of Gandhiji, didn't get his due, is the kind of feeling which some people have. Your take on overall relationship of Gandhiji and Sardar Patel before we come to the movie.
No, Sardar was never, lucrative about any post or, any holding in the government, this thing. He was only a blind follower of Gandhiji. And Gandhiji was knowing that very well, that he will never say no to my words. And he was a very blind follower. Uh, on the other side, he was, Senapati of Gandhiji's all army, and he obediently followed Gandhiji without any doubt or without any counter question. So he might not have never felt that he has been done injustice kind of thing. People may think it, but if he would have been, you might be talking about the projecting Nehru for the prime ministership.
Correct, correct, absolutely.
Uh, but uh, I had written a play, M.K. Gandhi Hajir Ho. The shows
Hmm.
are on. In that, I have covered all such type of controversies against Gandhiji, and Gandhi is replying all such controversies. So, if Sardar Patel might have given the prime ministership, then the what he the Herculean task of joining more than 500 Rajwadas and Rajas and Badshahs into united India would not have been possible if he would have the responsibility to run the country. So I think that was the wisest step Gandhiji has done, to give the responsibility to run the country to Nehru, and bring up with the united, make him the architect of united India. That responsibility to Sardar Patel.
So some of us may not be as um, aware of the history as probably you are, because you have done in-depth study.
Right.
Was the decision that Sardar Patel would become home minister was also Gandhiji's decision, or it was Nehru's
Uh,
decision?
that was not the Gandhiji's decision,
Correct.
but
So when you, yeah, sorry,
Nehru
yes.
always wanted the support of Sardar Patel. To me, he was not, a kind of independent thinker or independent taking decisions. He would always wanted a great support like Sardar Patel as deputy prime minister and home minister,
Yeah.
and
So
that was the country taking shape first. It was the first government, so there was no other alternative other than the Sardar for the home ministership.
right, right. No, this I was just making a case that it was not Gandhiji who looked or foresaw the way things unfolded. That there were multiple factors, but let me come let me come back and not get stuck with the political side of it. Let us go towards your creative side, and there again I'll bring to the attention of our viewers that I'm talking to none other than Gandhiji himself. And you see his picture, this no this one. So I mean, if you just see it independently, you will feel that it is the original picture of Gandhiji. And this is very, very interesting. As an actor, when you played Gandhi, this helps you to some extent. But resembling to Gandhiji is not enough. You need to get into the skin and soul of him. So, how you prepared will be one question. But even before that, let's go to this project of Rajkumar Santoshi and how you were approached and that particular phase.
Yeah, the thing is, when this after 2004, uh, assignments of performing as Gandhiji uh, day by day increased, and many of them were prestigious assignments. They gave me good publicity, good recognition, good respect in this society. That was the unique achievement. So my wife, uh, always looking at the my late mother's photograph, she always talked to the my mother late mother's photograph, that if you would have been alive this time, you would have been the happiest person on this earth, seeing this progress, like the Mahatma Gandhiji's resemblance of Deepak and all these prestigious projects. But still, his talents should reach to the national and international level. And let us pray to God, with your blessings, that some of good legendary director from Hollywood or Bollywood may start a project on Gandhiji and cast Deepak as Gandhiji.
Wow.
And I hope these prayers and blessings of my mother came true. One fine day, I read a news in the newspaper that Rajkumar Santosh is making a film on Gandhi Godse, and he's approaching some actors for the casting of Gandhiji and Godse. So I always, believe in the nature that whatever comes to us, that is a sign to act on it. So I thought when nature has placed this news in front of me, then I should act on this. So I tried to approach Rajkumar Santoshji with my profile through my Bollywood resources, and with unexpectedly, with
Hmm.
very minimum efforts, I was in front of Rajkumar Santoshji, and
Wow.
in the very first meeting,
Hmm.
without any audition, he said, "Okay, it's done. You are doing this role."
Were you there with your beard or without beard?
No, that time I was without beard,
Hmm.
but my profile was in advance. My casting director Kashyap Chandok has placed against him, so
Hmm.
he has gone through my profile and my some YouTube videos and all. So he said कि देखो दीपक जी, गांधी जी जैसे दिखने वाले तो बहुत मिल जाते हैं, बट गांधी जी जैसा दिखता भी हो और एक्टर भी हो, ऐसे
Hmm.
बहुत कम मिलते हैं. So I don't have to think so much about it.
Very, very good. So I think he was right in saying what he said. And let's look at your journey from, of course, you did already short films, but doing this kind of film was probably a novel experience. So if we request you to share the initial preparations, were you given the complete script at one hand, what their discussions about how he's approaching the because this is interesting and innovative, and yet there is a possibility of certain controversy uh,
Correct.
because you are, yeah. So talk to me about your initial interactions once you knew that you're a part of the team, then where you can open up and sort of share your ideas. Yeah.
Yeah. So before I approached Santoshi ji, I was knowing this subject. It is based on the Asghar Wazahat's play,
Correct.
Gandhi at Godse.com. So I had done a basic research about the content of the play, and comments from the internet and all. So I was bit aware about the subject, and in the very first meeting, he briefed me in detail about the subject, that this is the subject, and we are going to do it like this, and you should go through the script. So he first gave me this complete script. It was bound script, and he told me that you go through the script, and since you have done Gandhi so many times, you have read Gandhi so many times, so if you have any suggestions or any comments, come up with that comments and suggestions. So after reading the script, very few, uh, 10, 15 normal suggestions, I discussed with him, and almost all suggestions he approved, agreed on it. And even during the shooting, if any doubts he have or any suggestions he has, he always uh, keep considering my suggestions, asking my approval. Deepak ji, ये ठीक है. This will look good, because he is very spontaneous at times. So
Hmm.
at times he writes dialogues on floor, or improvise the dialogues on floor before the shoot of the scene.
Hmm.
So, but he is so involved in the subject. He has so clarity about the subject. He has read so much about the Gandhiji and Godse, that he may not leave a single stone unturned. That was that much clear he was in the subject. So
Hmm.
when he explained the scene, he always uh, so involved that he himself starts crying, and tears from his eyes. So it was a great, fear, or say responsibility, to deliver uh, at par, or for at the satisfaction of such a great director, because he himself
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a.
Let me interrupt you here just to understand the see when a subject like this is picked up and shared in such a big way, people beyond critic creative side start looking at the way it is going to, because there's like now who is right. And of course we have always considered Gandhiji to be right, but here is Godse coming up with his version of why he did what he did. So when you said that he was so passionately involved that there were tears, what particular moment in this narration might fill that kind of emotion to come to surface? Was it the very fact that this was like devastating on a way, that not having Gandhiji in person, that or some other aspect of the story?
Oh, no, no. During the, while he narrates the scene, where Gandhiji has to express his, feelings or his pain. So to, give me feel about the pain, he elaborates or describes the uh, pre and post or surroundings, other references about these scenes and
Hmm.
what you should feel about it and all. So that way he's a great, director. He's a school. I learned a lot.
Oh, really?
And the one good thing is he never took my audition.
I see. Yeah.
He was supposed to take a workshop, but due to some last minute changes in the team and some financial last minute tensions, he could not g- plan the workshop. So before 2 days, we were all sitting, myself and Chinmay, who is doing Godse's role and all. So I said, sir, you have not taken any audition. You have not seen us performing. And after 2 days, you are going on floor. Even I have not seen how Chinmay will be performing Godse. Chinmay has not seen how I will be performing. We should at least know some, chemistry between the actors. And Chinmay is a very good actor. He is from National Group Drama. He has done so many theaters and serials and all. So I was I was having very a kind of tension and fear that he is a legendary director. I have to deliver against him up
Mm.
to his satisfaction. And this Gandhiji's role on big screen has been performed by Ben Kingsley, Nasruddin
Correct.
Shah, Annu Kapoor, and so many great actors.
Mm, mm.
So, and this man is not taking any audition, no screen test, nothing. So he said, okay, uh, padhiye. So we read one scene only in front of him, and he said, "ठीक है, but you should not mimic Gandhiji's voice." I
I see.
in that reading, I could mimic Gandhiji's voice exactly like Gandhiji.
Can you do that for us? Any dialogue, maybe not in film, but something from Gandhiji that you can mimic and sort of share?
अ, ये फिल्म का ही एक डायलॉग है।
जी.
गीता पढ़ रहे हो? गीता मेरा भी प्रिय पुस्तक है, पर आश्चर्य की बात है कि गीता ने मुझे तुम्हें क्षमा करने का सिखाया और तुम्हें मेरी हत्या करने की सीख दी।
क्या बात! ऐसा लगता है कि आप बोलते जाएँ और गांधी जी की वाणी आपके मुख से सुनते जाएँ, तो मेरे इस लोभ को लेके मैं फिर आपसे अनुरोध करूँगा बाद में। पर जब शुरू हुआ आपकी शूटिंग का सिलसिला और चिन्मय और आपके बीच की केमिस्ट्री और राजकुमार जी का डायरेक्शन, कोई ऐसी बात जो आपको विशेष रूप से याद आती है? बिकॉज़ you were very clear about the characterization of Gandhi ji और अस्कर बजाज जी का वो भी आपने पढ़ा हुआ
करेक्ट।
था. Yet there might have been certain improvisations based on how Chinmaya acted about Godse or something new that came from Santoshi ji.
Uh, every time it was a fresh experience, new experience. And Santoshi ji is a kind of director. He never compromises on any single frame. So 5 to 7 takes was a normal practice. ये यू नो और अच्छा करते हैं, थोड़ा और बेटर इसमें, थोड़ा यू कैन, इफ यू कैन गिव सम वेरिएशन, इफ यू कैन गिव सम ऑल्टरनेटिव, so 5 to 7 takes was a normal practice. Otherwise 15 takes, 20 takes. So that was the, he took out of every drop from whatever I had in my inside me. So that way, it was a great this thing. And Chinmay is a very good actor, and Chinmay is, his eyes are so expressive and so huge eyes. And there were so many intimate scenes when myself and Chinmay has to look into, eyes into eyes and say the dialogues and all. So that time it was a bit difficult for me to look into his expressive huge eyes. So I was keep telling him that आपकी आंखें मुझे सपने में भी आती है.
अब तो नहीं आती
And
होंगी.
whenever we were sitting, nearby, or when he comes, I say good morning, or ये, आइए बैठिए, or we share something. So Santoshi ji says, no, no, Chinmay ji, you should not interact this much with Deepak ji. He is playing Gandhi, and you hate Gandhi. So you keep away with him, and don't talk to him.
Hmm.
If you will become friends and you will share vada pav on set, then on floor
You-
also in your subconscious it will come out. So I don't want that. So he tried to keep us, very minimal interaction off the camera on set.
Hmm. So very brief, Deepak ji. What happens is, as I was mentioning earlier, there is one creative side, and another because it is Gandhi versus Godse. So the verse is already there. So people with different sort of mindset start लुकिंग एट इट एज अ सी सॉ कि भाई गांधी जी को ऊंचा दिखाया कि गॉडसे को. हालांकि पहले तो ये बात आ ही नहीं सकती थी कि गॉडसे को ऊंचा दिखाया जा सके, लेकिन अभी कई सवालों में ऐसा रहता है कि देयर वाज अ लॉजिक बिहाइंड व्हाट ही डिड. एंड इस मूवी में भी कुछ सीन्स ऐसे हैं जो अगर आप सिर्फ ट्रेलर में देखते हो तो आपको बड़ा कंट्रोवर्शियल से लगते हैं कि इस तरह की बात खुले रूप में कैसे कही जा रही है. तो कीपिंग दैट sort of a vulnerability which is sort of brought to the surface by the movie. आपको क्या लगा? आपको क्या लगा गांधी जी ऊपर रहेगी गॉड से?
No, it is a very balanced script.
हुँ,
No one, not a single, viewer has come out with the comment that Gandhi ji has been downrated, or Godse is hero. Nothing like that. It's a very balanced script, and it's very, healthy discussion between two ideologies. And Gandhi
जी
ji always believed
या
that, हाँ
जी सॉरी मुझे करना नहीं था इंटरप्ट, लेकिन ये बैलेंस हो कैसे सकता है मैं ऐसे सोच रहा हूँ क्योंकि ये तो ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट जैसा लगता है बिकॉज़ ही इज़ स्टैंडिंग फॉर समथिंग जो कि उन्होंने अहिंसक रूप में एक्सप्रेस किया बिकॉज़ दैट्स द पाथ ही फेल्ट इज़ द ओनली वे. और गांधी जी के बात करते ही हमें कहते हैं नहीं अहिंसक, अहिंसक तो ये दोनों बैलेंस कैसे हो सकता है?
Gandhiji was always against, he believed that he is against the sin and not the sinner. He is against the crime and not the criminal.
हुँ, हुँ.
So he always looked at the Godse as a human being and not as a villain or as a shaitan. Same way Gandhiji was also a human being. He was not a Bhagwan. He was not a god. So he can also make mistakes,
हुँ,
and
हुँ.
Godse can also do the mistakes, or can have the wrong, ideology, or who loopholes in his thought process. So he, when they met second time in this script in the jail, uh, uh, Godse asked कि क्यों आए हो?
हुँ.
तो गांधी जी सेठ कि मैं मेरी परीक्षा लेना चाहता हूँ.
आप गांधी जी की आवाज़ में बोलिए ना प्लीज़ ये वाला डायलॉग जी.
तो गांधी जी सेठ कि मैं मेरी परीक्षा लेना चाहता हूँ. मैं देखना चाहता हूँ कि मेरा तुम्हारे में विश्वास है वो कितना सही है.
क्या बात है! तो मैं एक तो आपकी जो धर्मपत्नी है, उन्होंने जो आपकी माताजी से प्रार्थना की, वो इस तरह से फलीभूत हुई, तो मुझे लगता है कि आपकी माताजी के आशीर्वाद का भी विशेष हाथ इसमें
बिल्कुल,
बिल्कुल रहा ही है।
बिल्कुल,
सो वो
बिल्कुल।
भी सौभाग्य की बात है। एक बात मुझे लगता है रोचक है, जो कि फ़िल्म से अलग जाती है, लेकिन आप यानी दीपक अंतानी जी जो कि गांधी जी की भूमिका निभा रहे हैं, उनके बारे में जो मैं पहले बता रहा था, तो चूँकि अंबानी जी का नाम सभी सभी सुनते हैं, ये अंतानी जी और अंबानी जी के बीच का ये संबंध है, वो क्या हुआ था कि जब बीटेक आपने पूरा किया, उसके बाद में आप इलेक्ट्रिकल टेक्नीशियन की तरह इंडियन
यस,
पेट्रोकेमिकल्स में काम कर रहे थे, वो बाद में मर्ज हो गई थी रिलायंस रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज
करेक्ट।
के साथ में। तो एक आपका जो ये रोल रहा है जिसका संबंध इंजीनियरिंग से है या मार्केटिंग या कॉरपोरेट वर्ल्ड से है, और ये दूसरा जो स्टेज और ये है, तो आपको अधिक संतोष इसमें ही मिलता होगा, ऐसा स्वाभाविक लगता है।
नेचुरली, नेचुरली।
तो जब हम समापन की तरफ बढ़ेंगे तो आपका आने वाला जो समय है उसमें क्रिएटिव क्या आपके उपहार अ, सौंप रहे हैं हमारे लिए, स्टेज के थ्रू या फिल्म्स के थ्रू?
Uh, when world was celebrating 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, I thought I should also contribute something since I have done so much of Gandhi. So I researched, I read some books, and मुझे ऐसा लगा कि there is so much on the internet and social media, uh, wrong and controversies and allegations about Gandhiji that
Mm-hmm.
he could have saved Bhagat Singh from the his Phansi,
Correct.
and the same thing that you have projected Sardar Patel. He has done some extreme experiments about the Brahmacharya. He was pro-Muslim. He was reason for the partisan, and so many right and wrong were there on the internet. So I thought I should reply all these
Mm-hmm.
controversies.
Mm-hmm.
So I researched some of the books, and I came out with a play script, M.K. Gandhi Hazir Ho.
अच्छा.
In that, Gandhiji comes in the court, and an advocate who is played by Mehul Bhuj.
Mm.
He asks all these questions, and Gandhiji replies all the controversies with the
This
some flashback scenes.
it is being staged right now as we
It
speak
is
in
being
Gujarati.
staged. It is being staged. It has been very well received. Times of India has given it 4 stars, and now I am planning to come up with a film from this play.
We
That
look
is the
forward to
one.
that.
Uh, that is the one in Hindi, and in Gujarati, I am ready with the script of biopic of Hemu Gadvi.
I see.
Padma Shri Hemu Gadvi is a very legendary folk singer from Gujarat. So I want to do that film in Gujarati as a director.
Wonderful. You love Gandhiji, you look like Gandhiji. So, any one special, call it a message or teaching of Gandhiji, which you would like to share with us?
Gandhiji never preached to anyone or anything. He himself put everything in practice, and that is why he could say, "My life is my message." मेरा जीवन ही मेरा संदेश है. That is what he told. But only one line message of him. I always say that. He said, "Be the change you want to see in the world."
Be the
So
change you want to see in the world. Ji.
you want to see in the world. So
Wonderful. There's so much that we would like to talk to Deepak, and hopefully we'll have more opportunity. But for now, I would say lots and lots of thanks for such a candid and stimulating and insightful conversation. Deepak, you lots of good wishes. Namaste.
thank you, sir. Nice talking to you.
So my guest, Deepak ji, thanking him, thanking all of you for being with us.